Now, if you're already feeding birds in your yard, you know how exciting it can be to watch their behavior. Perhaps nothing's more exciting than actually watching birds build a nest and raise a family of young within your own backyard. Now is the perfect time to be putting out nesting boxes or bird houses in an attempt to attract birds to your yard. Now, even if you have very little experience with woodworking or anything like that, it's actually quite simple to make one. All you really need is a saw, a drill, some screws, and a piece of wood. Perhaps the most important thing to get is actually a plan for the actual birdhouse itself. Now, I got my plan for a birdhouse here off of Cornell's Neighborhood Nest Watch website. They actually have downloadable plans for free for pretty much any type of bird that you can imagine that might actually be attracted to a nesting box in your yard. The plan I have today is actually for an eastern bluebird box, which is a box that will not only attract bluebirds, it could also be suitable for nuthatches, chickadees, titmice, tree swallows, among other cavity nesting species in the yard. What this requires is just about a 6-foot length of 1 by 6 right here. And this is just a little bit of pine right here. This piece of wood was extremely cheap. It cost me about $6. So for about $6 and then a little bit more for screws, I have myself a perfectly fine nesting box. So let's get cracking. Well, here it is. Here's our finished birdhouse. You'll notice that this thing actually has a little bit of a little tricky door here. I actually put a hinge in just using a couple nails, and I left the bottom unattached here. That allows me to get in at the end of the season and clean this out, which is very important if something uses this. You want to make sure it remains very clean between seasons, because even in the winter you might actually have birds spending time inside of your nesting box. I've got a little screw here that allows me to close it so it won't come flying open when things are actually using it. You can make the back piece longer so there's more of a lip here. That will allow you to attach this to a tree much easier. I'm actually going to be attaching this to a pole. It's actually just a threaded piece of conduit you can get at your hardware store. And I'm using this little flange here that's got some threads in it. And if I just attach this to the bottom, this will allow me to screw the nesting box directly on top of a pole so that nothing can climb up and get into it. I hope this project is of interest to you guys, and if you guys end up making yourselves a nice little nesting box, I'd love to hear how it goes and see some photos of you guys making your own boxes.